Hey, Nathan here, helping you become a better jungler. I have a review request today from a player over on the North American server. He's Bronze 3. This is an Olaf game of his. He goes 8, 6, and 4. It is a loss. So why do you want me to review this game specifically? He says he did well early game, but my mid laner, Renekton, was frequently feed-in. Decided to ignore him, focus my win condition on bot lane. We were winning team fights a lot, and both team got 2 dragons each. Do not know what I could have done differently to change the outcome of the game. Great, so we'll take a look at this for you, figure out what you could have done. You say specific moments, 28 minutes, 30 seconds. So this is pretty far into the game, especially you being a newer jungler in Bronze. Let's just focus on the first 15 minutes. I will go over the entire game for you, but in terms of taking learnings from this and really climbing and learning the jungle role, this first 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes is super important. Whatever happens here at 28 minutes, 30 seconds, I mean, it's very going to be hard to replicate in your future games, but again, I'll go over it for you. So let's start with your runes before we go over your win condition. So Conqueror, Triumph, Alacrity, Last Stand, good. Great, runes are perfect. Okay, so win condition. So the lane you identified as your win condition was bot lane, but you say here because they were destroying the other team's bot laner. So this is less, when I ask this question, it's more about where do you want to put your pressure early game, like having some sort of direction. Yes, it can change, and this is more of an adaptation for you. So you're like, well, bot lane's winning, so they're suddenly my win condition. Like, that's not exactly what I mean by this question here. So given that, looking at the team comps right now, so you do have a Renekton mid, which is pretty odd with Heal Ignite. I'm looking at top lane right now. Reason being is Cassio is going to be very vulnerable in the top lane position. Like, Mordekaiser is a great scaling champion to get ahead. I think that top lane should be your early focus, and I'll do a red side start. Bot lane is very difficult to gank. I mean, you do have a Xayah, Janna. There's not much hard CC here. Rakan's very slippery. Obviously, Ashe you can kill, but more in terms of when you get level 6. So level 6, you're great into these champs, but early game, I want you to pressure top, super vulnerable Cassiopeia. Even if she flashes, you can easily keep getting onto her with your slows, approach velocity, magical footwear. That's going to be really easy for you. And you are versing a Nasus jungle as well this game. So actually, shutting down this Nasus jungle is also a win condition. A Nasus jungle is very strange. Like, in terms of the first 10, 15 minutes of the game, you should be able to destroy him. So I would actually be thinking of also pressuring him in the early game, doing some invades, counter jungling his camps. Like, you can just do whatever you want. Take double Rift Scarlet, early dragons. I mean, you say your bot lane's winning, like, you should be able to get a lot of dragons. And it looks like your first dragon is at 7 minutes, and you actually lose a bunch of dragons. So we'll take a look at this here. Let's start with your early game. Okay, so a bit of invade going on. Nothing really happens. I mean, again, you guys don't really have the best invade champs at all. Decide to base, switch out to red sweeper trinket, and you are starting blue. Okay, so yeah, so this is telling me that maybe you want to put your pressure bot. I mean, Olaf is the champ that you can actually just full clear and then look to start pressuring topside. But again, I think it's so important. I feel like a Cassiopeia being a range champion, she potentially will be pushing this Mordekaiser as well, so she's going to be so vulnerable. What I would have done this game is started Talisman instead of Machete. Like, Machete is good for a start for blue, what you're doing here. Red, yes, skip my Krugs, Raptors. So red, Raptors, Wolves, blue, gank top. Then look to just get some information on where Nasus is. Again, like, there's no way that these guys be able to 2v2 you in any of these lanes. Get some information, see if he's done Raptors, see if he's done red. Then come to Rift Scarlet, do Gromp, and then we're going to base, and then we're going to start clearing again. Back up to maybe regank top. I mean, there's many options you can do. Maybe even Nasus hasn't got Rift Scuttler yet. But we do need to clear Krugs, like, pretty soon after that. So that would be my early game plan. And again, having a direction early game is very important as a jungler, because otherwise you can easily fall into the trap of having just going on autopilot. And then that's where you're sort of just letting the game just play out, dice roll, instead of you being the one making the proactive plays, thinking about having direction. Okay, so Bolin's actually already burnt flush there, so it looks like your bot actually is already winning, which is pretty good. So this is pretty standard clear. And look at this, Cassio is pushing here. So again, this would have been very easy gank right here. Bot lane's pretty hard winning right now. And actually, it looks like that Nasus started blue as well. So that path that I said just there, that would have given you amazing opportunities instead of sort of limiting yourself to this. Because, I mean, all you can really do here is like full clear. I mean, maybe you can gank mid, but there's nothing really you can do bot. I mean, you can look to protect them, but you don't even need to protect them from Nasus jungle. Nasus jungle is very, very weak. I don't even know how his clear is. What is his health right now? So he's struggling again. You could have easily come and cleaned this up. This is identifying weak junglers. And obviously, you know, you're newer to the game. You may not necessarily know that Nasus is weak, but Nasus is just not a traditional jungle at all. So if you verse another Nasus jungle in the future, just know that he's very easily, you can abuse that. Okay, so doing Krugs now. So, I mean, I like the efficiency. I like your farming here. But, again, you're not putting out... Like, you're basically letting Nasus freely get a free early game off when he shouldn't. Whenever I'm the stronger jungler, I always think, I'm not going to let this guy have a free early game. If I'm versing a scaling, like, I will punish you for you choosing the scaling champion. Okay, so this is... something you're going to need to learn for ganking. So you come here. So there's no reason for Yas. Like this is wrong for a couple of reasons. So Yas isn't vulnerable. He's not hitting a minion wave at all. He's just sitting here chilling. Like when laners are committing to hitting like minions, especially if they're pushed up, that's when they're most vulnerable. Right now, he's the least vulnerable possible because he can easily walk away. Renekton can't help you. Renekton can't CC him for you. I mean, now do you have red buff as an Olaf, but he'll just see you come in from a mile away. And the worst thing about this now is that you've showed on the map for nothing. So you haven't got anything from this. You've given free information to the Nasus. He can keep relaxing in his jungle, doing whatever he's doing. Always make the enemy jungler work for information of you, or when you're showing, make sure that you're doing something with it. Right now, you've literally just showed on the map. Now Cassio can freely feel she's safe. Gas knows you're not going to re-gank him because now he knows your bot side. So, like, you've just given a lot of information that actually hurts you a lot. And it may not look like it, like you're not dying or anything like that, but this does have significant impacts in your games, given free information. Like, League of Legends is an information-based game. As a jungler, you're always making decisions based on information. You're giving the enemy team free decision-making by what you just did there. Alright, so we're doing free. The Rift Sculptor now. Nasus shows top. I mean, Nasus should not be getting away with this again. Alright, so looking to potentially do a dive. I mean, Zaya's pretty low. And Nasus does die here. Take his Gromp. Okay, I mean, this is the best you can really do in this situation. So Dragon is coming up in 7 seconds or so. I mean, I still want your Zaya to base. So I don't necessarily think... I mean, she should have based right now. So, I mean, obviously this is something you can't control, but I wouldn't risk doing Dragon right now. Like this, Yas is actually... I mean, your Rengar is doing a very... I mean, your Renekton's doing a very interesting build this game. So Yas is going to have pretty hardcore priority of this lane. Alright, I love the two controls out of base. You do go Blue Smite. I think this is potentially a Red Smite game, just so you can kill this Yas that's actually starting to get out of control, and Nasus. Blue Smite is really good, obviously good against Cassio and Ashe. I mean, I think it's a 50-50 game. I personally would have gone Red Smite this game. Alright, so we're clearing. Alright, you do place a control ward down here. You're checking this. So, bot lane is potentially going to have priority here. So you can look for a dragon. Like, yes, does have mid priority. Mordekaiser does die top. Okay, your Zaya needs to be helping you on this. Okay, so this is... You need to just back off this right now. Rakan's shown this is now very... Like, Yas has insane mid priority. He's level 7. He's actually very strong. You're not level 6. You don't have ult yet. This is actually... You just need to just be patient and set this up better. So it looks like you do take this. And I have a feeling you're going to die for this. You don't know where Nasus is. You know, Nasus shows up now here. And... You know, that could have gone really south for you. Imagine if Nasus had outsmarted you there. You died. Like, again, you have the winning bot lane right here. Your Zaya's 49 CS to 9. Just be patient. Just relax. Just set it up much better. Make sure Zaya's coming to help you to get Dragon if mid lane has priority. If mid lane doesn't have priority, like, yes, you can just sneak it. But or if you know that Yas is shown in the lane, you can just like take it, sneak it. I mean, you did do good in terms of ward in, sweeping the pit, knowing that they don't have vision of it. But this is just like impatience from you and just not setting it up correctly. Alright, so Xayah and Janna are still absolutely popping off. You're going top side now. So yeah, you definitely need to be utilizing. I mean, Ashe has 13 CS right now. She literally can't even walk up to CS. So let's see how you talk about you use them as a win condition. I want to see how you do that. That's very important as well. Okay, so you are doing a Rift Herald here. Mid has full priority. Top, I guess Cassio's not going to be able to help you. This is pretty sneaky, pretty risky potentially. But looks like it will pay off. Rakan's here, so Rakan's actually just ditch bot. Okay, so Rift Herald usage, really important. I want to release my Xayah and Janna to start doing whatever they want as soon as possible. The way you want to do that is break the tower with Rift Herald. Rift Herald breaks 2 plates, so this is perfect for breaking this tower. So yeah, so what I want to do here is do... How much gold do you have? 1,000 gold. So you don't have enough to base to buy Warrior yet. I would... do Gromp, Wolves, base, reset, come down here, get red, Krugs, look to take this tower. So that's what I'll do right now. I mean, you are going for the Yas mid, and you actually pop Rift Herald. Okay, this is a huge mistake. So, Yas is full HP right now. This is 5 plates. The way you're going to be thinking about Rift Herald is always try and break towers with it first. Like, there's 5 minutes still until turret plating's gone, so there's no rush for you to get this just for the gold. Again, you need to break this bot so you can release the Janna and Xayah onto, like, they can go top side, even potentially go mid and start shutting down this Yas. I mean, ideally they're going top to break this tower next. So you sort of really want to be objective focused and methodically, like, the best case scenario of methodically taking out objectives in the game is breaking bot, then bot lane switches to top, you break top, then you break mid, then you break either one of these, and then you're looking to do Dragons and Rift Herald. So that's like the ideal. Like, that's not going to happen all the time. Sometimes you're going to break mid first, sometimes you're going to break top first. It depends, but this situation right now, given you have a win in bot lane, is actually perfect for you in terms of winning like a perfect League of Legends game. So, I mean, you know, look at this. You only get 2 plates on that. Nasus actually just runs in there and dies. Okay, you actually do win this pretty hard. Okay. So that's good, definitely coming back into this game here. But again, that Rift Herald was a huge waste of time. Alright, so you can base to get Warrior right now. And I would be doing that ASAP right now. So I'm going to note this down here. Base to buy Warrior. That's a huge item spike for you as Olaf. And also, I want you to create an efficient jungle path around, again, the win condition of bot. So base... Go Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, maybe like, yeah, red, and then like come down here, start placing control wards, and actually be looking just to dive straight up. This is the Ashe and the Rakan. You will have ult up by then. That's how you want to be focusing on your win condition. Creating an efficient jungle path around your win condition. Like, I do like your efficiency. You are farming here, but you're sort of AFK farming too much and not pressuring, like, not winning this game. Like, winning the game is much more important than getting, like, a lot of CS. And you have tools to win this game with your Xayah just so far ahead. So you base now. And see, you're forced to go topside now. So you see that jungle path you've did? So you could have been down here right now, diving these guys right now. Rakan's not even level 6 if you did that jungle path. So you're sort of, like, wasting a lot of time here. And you're extending the time of this game for no reason. And again, you're not playing around your Xayah and Janna enough. Okay, I mean, you said you ignored the Yas, but you actually keep coming here. You will kill him here, that's good, but again, like, alright, so Janna and Xayah actually broke that tower, which is actually pretty good on their own. Okay, this was actually pretty risky. So you saw Rakan right here. So you see Rakan right here, so I mean, this is just, I mean, you might not have had the map awareness for this, But walking into bot right now is actually scary. You don't know where Nasus is. Rakan, you saw here, she's most likely here. So this is just like a map awareness thing. Always be identifying like, where's the enemy team? Right now you only see Ashe. You just killed Yas. Rakan was in the river. You don't know where Cassio is. This is just something that you need to like just sort of, you'll learn as the time goes on, just to be looking at your map and always thinking, where's the enemy team? Where's the enemy team? Can they kill me? So it looks like you're actually not going to be able to get Dragon here now. Okay, so your bot's sort of doing the wrong thing here. Again, bot needs to be... Actually, no, bot does need to be base bot to help you get this dragon. But then again, ideally, they're up here with you. You guys are 3-man in taking this tower. Again, methodically, taking out objective by objective by objective. And playing around your strongest members, which is the Janna and Xayah. Okay, so your Xayah actually dies here. So this is not ideal at all. Okay, you're going to need to concede this. You cannot 2 versus 3 right now. Yas is actually incredibly strong. He's Phantom Dancer right now. Yeah, like, you just concede this. Just take your top side camps. And again, you don't need to worry about bot side anymore. Then you don't need to worry about bot side. Then you can be looking to, again, break this tower. And then control the top area. And then be looking to break mid next. Again, be playing around your really fed Xayah. Okay, so, I mean, I do like you've got 2 controllers here, but you need to be using them for pressure. So right now, the map is just messed up completely. I mean, this is obviously, again, you can't control Xayah, but sometimes, like, maybe you can start saying, hey, Xayah, this is something for future games. Bot lane's broken. I want to come with you and break this top lane, like, 3-man with Janna, and I'll help you with control wards, placing them in, like, brushes like here, or even here, or, like, in river here, so just so we can control that, so we know if the enemy team's rotating on us and we can safely get top tower. So yeah, this is, you're sort of just not, you're stalling the game out by doing this. I mean, Xayah's doing it as well, so it's not entirely your fault, but this is the mindset. I'm just trying to tell you right now, the mindset you need to be in. This is how you win games very quickly. Okay, so yeah, you're farming, again, a little bit too much. Right now, your Xayah they're fighting. Let's just ditch wolves right now. Come help these guys. Again, be fighting around your Xayah. Alright, so Xayah's still absolutely popping off. Alright, this is our second Rift Herald. So we don't have Renekton or Xayah. This is pretty sloppy. Rift Herald, they have full mid priority. Yes, you do technically have top priority, but you do get this. Okay, so Mordekaiser does eventually help. That's okay. But again, there's situations where that could have gone south for you, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so Xayah is bot right now. I mean, again, this is the next objective here. Okay, you summon Rift Herald here. So this is a really big mistake again. This tower's pretty low. You don't need Rift Herald to get this. You'll get this organically. The way, like, yes, I did say that this was the next objective on the map to get, but you're going to get this anyway. With Rift Herald specifically, it's much better to get mid tower. Mid tower is the most important tower in the game to get, because it allows you to get easy access of each side of the river. And you need it to get priority, especially with Baron and Dragons coming up. Really, really important stuff. So you've wasted Rift Herald top here. You should have used it on mid. I mean, you could have actually just come down here and used it mid, broken this straight away. The enemy team wouldn't be able to contest it. And then you guys could have, all as a team, rotated up top and broken this tower. And that's great in terms of advancing your lead. It's going to, you still have top tower, so you're still going to have a lot of pressure top. Obviously, you've lost mid tower, so it's even in terms of pressure and priority. But again, you have the Xayah and Janna, who should be able to get constant priority of mid lane. Yeah, so this is a huge mistake from Xayah here. She's going to try and fight the Yas. See, and look at this. So now they're actually getting, like, pressuring you guys now. So you're on the back foot. You're forcing to react to them now. Okay, so we do kill it. So the thing right here is you need to be pretty careful right now. Yas is still pretty damn strong. Xayah's dead, who's your strongest member. So I would potentially actually just be waiting right now for Renekton to come down. You guys have a huge numbers advantage right here. 4 versus 2. They're pretty vulnerable. Just throw an axe. Just back off. So yeah, so you actually get just destroyed here by Yas again. He's very strong. He has 2 items, 172 CS, level 13. So this is sort of just patience. If you just waited for Renekton patiently, like this would have been gone much better. And sometimes you can just bait and kite the enemy team. Just be like, hey, throw an axe. Actually, I'm just going to back off. And then they'll start moving forward. They're like, oh no, he's backing off. And then they started to get, stressed out. They're like, oh, where's Renekton? Is he coming down? So you did say the 28 minutes. I actually want to stop it there. There's a lot of information in this already. I really want you to focus on everything I've said right now to improve into your gameplay. I mean, after this, it's probably just going to be just back and forth fights. Your Xayah, obviously, he's not really, even though she's super fetch, she doesn't have insane amounts of CS. It just looks like Yasuo carries this game. So I just don't feel like there's much value for you. Again, let's focus on the first, 18 minutes of the game here. All the stuff I've talked about. But the biggest thing is you didn't play around your win condition to accelerate the game. And also wasted Rift Heralds, and you farmed too much and didn't look at lanes where you could pressure. And the other thing as well is that the early game direction, having a direction early game and ganking that Cassiopeia would have been great for you, and shutting down the Nasus. Identifying, Olaf has a lot of really good matchups in the jungle. You can kill a lot of people. Identifying when that is the case and all in and looking to invade and start pressuring the enemy jungler. Don't let them free scale. Like a Nasus is like a scaling champion, right? Don't let him scale for free. So this is going to be the end of this review. You can check out my full notes over on my blog, nathanmott.gg. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.